In this video, I'm sharing 5 simple copywriting tips for attention-grabbing LinkedIn posts that get you more leads and more impressions. Now, I've been creating content for over 13 years and I've learned that there's one rule you need to follow. The one rule of creating content is nobody cares about you. Good content is about your audience. It's not about you. This is something a lot of people miss. Now, here are 5 ways to make content your audience loves. Number 1, you need to understand your audience and speak directly to their soul. This is how you do it. You show your audience that you understand their pains and fears. You do this by describing the pains and fears that they have. Maybe sharing a story of how you experience those pains and fears. Another way to do this is show them how to get the outcomes that they want. Not the outcomes you think you want to tell them about, the outcomes that they actually want. You need to know your audience and know what they actually want and then help them get what they want. That's all you really need to do in your content. If you focus on doing that in your content, you'll be 90% further ahead than everyone else who's creating content, because most people do not do this simple step. When you do this, you're going to build authority and trust with your audience. Next is to write to one person and make it personal. Don't use plural words like guys. Don't be like, hey guys, or hey fam, stuff like that. Talk to one person in your content. Talk to the one person reading your post. Say you. This makes your readers feel like you're talking directly to them. Because remember, when people are reading your post, they're not reading it in a group of like 100 people. They don't have your post here in their hand and they're reading it and they've got like a bunch of people behind them and they're like, hey, read this post with me. They're reading it by themselves. So you need to treat your content like you're talking to one person at a time, because that's how people consume your content. One person at a time. Tip number 3 is forget we and I, because it's not about you. Instead of saying I and we and talking about yourself and your company, you need to be talking about you and your. So you're talking specifically to the person who's reading. You're talking specifically to your target audience. Make sure that you and your is used more than I and we, because it's not about you. Remember, it's not about you. It's about your audience. No one cares about you. They care about what they can get out of your content. So as long as you're focusing on delivering value to the person reading your content, instead of focusing on trying to get as much as you can for yourself and boast about your company and all this sort of stuff, then you'll be creating better content that people actually want to read. So focus on how you can help your reader. This keeps your reader's attention and keeps them coming back for more. Tip number 4, don't start with your product, start with the reader. Start by telling them a story they can relate to, or giving them value they can use today. Giving them a guide, giving them a tutorial, giving them a tip, giving them a lesson. Then you can mention your products and services. Only after you deliver value can you then ask. People don't mind you promoting if you give them value first. But if all you do is promote, people will tune you out and they won't check out your content. That's why you'll see these companies and people who have a bunch of followers and they sell in every post, and they're getting no interaction, no reach, because no one cares about their content, because every single piece of content is promo, and people don't want to be promoted to all the time. If all I can get from you is promotion, why am I going to check out your content? I don't need your content. You need to build that need by delivering value and helping people get what they want. Tip number 5, respect your reader's time. Cut the fluff. Assassinate any excess information. If it doesn't serve the reader, delete it. It's not useful. It's not necessary. Don't mention things that don't add to the purpose of your post. This makes your writing easier and more enjoyable to read, which is super important. The easier it is to read your content, the more people are going to read it. When you start making people expend effort, they're gonna be like, no thank you. Now they need to think, is it worth expending the effort to read this post, to consume this content? But when it's just easy to read and it's super breezy, easy to skim, easy to understand, they don't even need to consider that. They just read it. For recap, understand your audience, write to one person, forget we and I, make sure it's you and your. Don't start with your product, start with the reader, and respect your reader's time. Bonus tip is, when you focus on giving your audience what they want, they'll give you what you want. When you focus on being selfish and asking for things, they'll avoid you like the plague. No one wants to deal with that. And the secret to getting 2 months of content ideas that people actually want to read is this. You can create 2 months of LinkedIn content with my free 74 LinkedIn post ideas and hooks with examples. Scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description to download these. You've got nothing to lose except for the opportunity to download this PDF because it won't be free and available forever. Download it now. If you've got any questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.